Hello guys and welcome to my new video, and today we'll be talking about my new main or my new healer main in season 4. And I know this video is extremely late, or at least it's later than what I anticipated, because quite frankly I'm gonna blame Blizzard for this. I was hoping that my choice for which healer to play in season 4 is going to be, or Blizzard would make my choice a lot easier by, for example, buffing Mistweaver damage so they don't feel that inadequate in Mythic Plus content, or doing some crazy healer balancing changes where I would be like, oh cool, this healer is getting buffed, I want to try it out, I want to test it out, and I'm gonna main it. But Blizzard did a total of 0.0 healer changes in season 4, making the meta both in raids and Mythic Plus very similar to what was perceived in season 3. So my healer choice was a lot harder. I wanted to play a healing class or healing spec that I haven't played before, and I don't want to make this video too long. That is going to be my main decision or thing that drove me to play Priest. I'm going to be maining Priest in season 4 unless I get really bored, because Flash Concentration is so boring. I am talking about Priest, I am talking about Holy Priest in particular, because Holy Priest is quite strong right now, both in raid and Mythic Plus content. It is an overall good healer. In terms of my main alts, I never only play one healer. I always like to maintain all the healers at some point, but I will be sticking to Resto Shaman as one of my main alts, because let's be honest, Resto Shaman is close to my heart. I'm very comfortable with Resto Shaman. I can play it with my eyes closed. Holy Priest to some extent, I'm not really that comfortable, just specifically with the fact that priests are somewhat immobile and things like that. Feather is not all that amazing, so I'm still getting used to it. Resto Shaman I'm super comfortable with. That's going to be one of my alts, and I'm still going to keep my Resto Druid alive and possibly try to gear up my Holy Paladin when I have more time. So people straight away might be like, wow, MadSkillz is playing a Priest or Holy Priest, one of the best healers in Mythic Plus content, Flavor of the Month, or Flash Concentration. How do you enjoy Flash Concentration? Is so garbage, blah blah, all those things. And they're valid points. One of the reasons I talked about, the fact that I haven't played Priest ever, and this has seemed to be a good time to play Priest, because let's be honest, when is the next time I'm going to main a Priest? I don't think I'm going to play Priest in Dragonflight. I think I'm going to play Evoker at this point. So why am I choosing Priest or Holy Priest in particular? First of all, Flash Concentration, people are going to either hate it or love it at this point. The whole playstyle of Holy Priest is around the fact that you're getting 5 flash heals and you're maintaining this buff and casting heal. This is a very simplistic overview of the gameplay, but that's what it comes down to basically, both in raids and Mythic Plus content. And this Flash Concentration buff can be viewed as a chore. And I kind of agree with you, it's not an intensely fun gameplay. I don't think I'm a huge fan of Flash Concentration, but I'm not completely bored of Flash Concentration because I haven't played Priest all that much. I played Resto Druid previously in the last patch. I played Resto Shaman throughout the whole Shadowlands. I've been playing Paladin in previous expansions and things like that. And the aspect of playing a new healer is kind of cool, at least for this short season. Now, you have to keep in mind, Holy Priest in raid situations is very different. If I wanted to play a really big HPS healer, like look at this right now. This is Castle Nature HPS meters. These are very incorrect at the moment, because for the last couple of days, Mistweaver, things like Ancient Teacher Monastery wasn't working. For this Priest, like atonements were not working at all. So this HPS log here, or meters here for healing in terms of Mythic Castle Nature, they're very inaccurate. I'm expecting Mistweavers to go somewhere close to here. I'm expecting Discipline Priest to be a lot closer to everyone else, and Holy Paladin is probably going to be a bit lower in terms of the pure HPS they provide. So if I wanted to top healing meters in raid situations on basically every single boss that there is, I would play Resto Druid. I played Resto Druid previously, and topping meters is really fun. Doesn't mean you're the best healer overall, because a lot of these healers provide different things outside of HPS. But if I wanted to be top all the time, Resto Druid is absolutely bonkers, and that is only going to be... Wait till you get the mastery trinkets from Sanctum and things like that. Those mastery trinkets are going to work so well for Resto Druid, because mastery is such a good stat for Resto Druid when you get your hots rolling and things like that. Resto Druid is gonna get better and better, and they're like, if you have a Resto Druid, if you have a Mistweaver Monk in a raid situation, they're always going to be top HPS. Again, keep in mind, Ancient Teacher Monastery was not working for Mistweavers. They're going to get a lot higher than this. Resto Shaman is gonna be here, Holy Priest is going to be somewhere here as well. Paladin is gonna be here, and Discipline Priest, once atonements are fixed, are going to be a lot closer. So if you're just looking for HPS, Resto Druid is crazy bonkers, to an extent that I'm almost thinking that should they need some kind of adjustment in raid situations, because they're just so good. But I picked a Holy Priest, and Holy Priest, again, it's viewed almost like a support healer, because you have PI, you Power Infusion, you're always giving away your Power Infusion as a Holy Priest, both in raid and Mythic Plus situation, because there's always going to be a DPS that can benefit more. So Power Infusion alone makes Holy Priest or Priest really strong in both raid and Mythic Plus situations, because there your Warlock or whatever is going to love you for the fact that you're giving PI. There's also the fact that you're going to be playing Night Fae in raid situations. You might be playing Night Fae in certain Mythic Plus situations, but if you play Night Fae, you can use your Night Fae Covenant ability to give cooldown reduction to DPS. And you might actually have to do that. For example, you might use it on something like a Warlock to reduce the cooldown on Infernal, because there's going to be some really strong DPS windows. I think the prime example of that used to be Lords of Dread in Sepulcher. So there is situations where Holy Priest is almost like a support type healer, especially in raid situations and a bit in Mythic Plus. But in Mythic Plus, playing Kyrian with Boon of Descendant is really fun. Now, if you're watching this video and like, okay, MadSkillz is playing Holy Priest, I'm not sold on Holy Priest. I don't know if I should play Holy Priest. I'm not trying to sell you the idea of Holy Priest. The reason I'm playing Holy Priest or Priest in general is because I've never played them fully. So it's kind of fresh in my mind. I haven't spammed raids or Mythic Plus as Holy Priest before, and I am very certain that halfway through Season 4 I'm going to be screw this, I don't want to play Holy Priest anymore. Flash concentration is getting on my nerves. It's just not something, or I get bored of it. I'm fully aware that that might happen and I might go back on my Resto Shaman because it's a comfort pick, but right now Holy Priest is pretty interesting. And one of the biggest advantages of playing Holy Priest, regardless if you hate Flash concentration or not, is their healing output, especially in Mythic Plus content. The fact that you have unmatched single target healing that also splash heals with things like Trail of Light, you have Resonant Words Conduit, you have your tier set bonus, you have Flash concentration, and all of a sudden you're this kind of like a cannon type of thing, where you're outputting an insane amount of single target healing with maintaining 5 flash heals and casting heal, and that is going to splash heal because of Trail of Light. And this feels really strong, especially on some high tyrannical or tyrannical bosses which require a lot of healing, like Shade and Karazhan is pretty juicy in terms of the HPS requirements. And I feel like, yo, Holy Priest is really cool in this situation because it provides unmatched continuous HPS or continuous healing, and it feels really nice. And you don't even need to provide a huge amount of DPS yourself, because the fact that you're giving out PIs to other people can account for a huge overall total DPS. So Holy Priest has a lot of advantages. It is relatively immobile. Feather is not as good as I was hoping for, because I'm used to playing Resto Druid who had Cat, I'm used to playing for Resto Shaman who has infinite speed boost if they want, with things like Ghost Wolf. So there is mobility issues with Holy Priest, there is survivability issues with Holy Priest. You do have Fate Conduit, you can use the defenses, but your defensives are, I'm not gonna say they're the best, but you can use things like shields in the worst case situations where you're about to die, or you know if you're about to die, you can use a shield to enhance your HPS or HP, but it really requires knowing the damage or the damage patterns of a boss or trash mobs in Mythic Plus or raid situations. So there is ways to go about the lack of survivability, but I do think they are relatively squishy. You probably will have to go versatility, try and get and pick up a lot of avoidance gear, which is a lot harder this tier. And there is good and bad things about playing Holy Priest. I don't think everyone should go Holy Priest. I think my reasoning behind it is that it is fresh. I think there's so many healers that are really cool out there. I have thought about Holy Paladin, but the fact that Necro is so fun in raids, but it feels really weird in Mythic Plus where you're just pressing Wings on cooldown and casting Light of Dawn and trying to get cooldown reduction. It doesn't feel all that natural to me. So this is one of the things why I didn't play Holy Paladin, because it's been a while since I played Holy Paladin. But these are my choices. Again, I'm not trying to sell you my choices to you. I'm not trying to confuse in terms of what healer to play, but if you enjoy a certain class, I'm picking a class that's fresh to me, because Season 4, it's not a serious season. It's not going to be where people are going to be taking progression really seriously. I think it's going to be fun to try out new dungeons. I think it's going to be fun to try out old raids and things like that. An opportunity to experiment. I am just very kind of upset with Blizzard because they didn't do some crazy balancing changes in Season 4. Maybe Mistweaver is going to get some buffs and I'm going to be more compelled about playing Mistweaver in the future. Because right now, 0 healer changes. It just feels really bad, because another 3 or 4 months of the same meta in Mythic Plus and raids. Because let's be honest, Holy Priest in high coordinated Mythic Plus groups is still most likely going to be one of the best healers. I still think it's going to be really nice. I do think the Resto Shaman, in terms of picking crit bounty, is going to be really nice, because imagine you pick crit and all of a sudden your healing surges with tidal waves are going to be critting for most of the time. I think that's going to make Resto Shaman healing output a lot stronger. So I think there is going to be certain kind of synergies with healers and the seasonal or Season 4 affix shrouded, but I still think the fact that priests have strong healing, they have strong damage, and they have PI, makes them one of the best healers in Mythic Plus. And in raid situations, if you want to top healing meters, Resto Druid is wildly overpowered. To an extent that if you're Resto Druid in raids and not topping healing meters, there's something very, very wrong. Guys, let me know which healer you're maining in Season 4. Let me know which healer you think is going to be the most fun. How do you feel about my choice of playing Holy Priest, Resto Shaman, and Resto Druid in that kind of order? Do you think Flash Concentration is fun? Do you think I'm just kind of copium type of thing where I'm just going to stop playing Holy Priest the next week because Flash Concentration is going to be so annoying? Let me know, guys, how you feel about this, and I'll see you in my next guide.